This is bad. The stock market appears like it's crashing right now, and we're going to find the final piece of evidence in today's video. So please make sure you watch all the way until the end. Everything's been for selling. Every bounce, whether it's big or small, for selling. The gap up today, also for selling. If you look at the daily performance, Tesla is quite red. However, if we zoom out to the weekly chart, gets pretty red for everything. My eyes are sore as I look at this. What's happening? Well, we're getting more evidence that we've stopped going up. We've started going sideways, which are these yellow candles, the yellow boxes or full candles. Now we're starting to actually go down. However, now we're getting the final piece of evidence here, which means losing that 50-day moving average. And we already talked about what this could mean. We talked about the Dow Jones on the left-hand side, getting that head and shoulders, knees and toes. And now the S&P is getting that daily head and shoulders, knees and toes. So what would that mean? Well, it's going to mean we're going to go lower, which would mean that we get our shoulder, head, shoulder, knees, and toes, and go lower, potentially all the way back down to about 480. We talked about that on the weekend. But here's the highlights because that's why you're tuning in today. We broke the chart. We're getting confirmation now. One more candle. Hey, it's probably over. We look to the monthly pattern. Here is where I now have some evidence that I'm wrong. We did not only see higher lows and higher highs. The most important here is that I have an assumption. A monthly lower low closing below the low. So on today's video, I told you, when will the stock market crash? Well, we're going to find out at the end of the month if we close below 504 for SPY and if we close below 432 for the NASDAQ. We're getting evidence so far, though. This could have lasted for 10 months, but this never got a lower low. We're now getting part of that. The final piece will be closing below it. So please make sure you stay tuned all the way until the end because I do have some other critical updates for you. Jerome Powell's talking tomorrow. Is he going to be Mr. Naughty or is he going to be Mr. Nice? Is he going to say, hold my beer? Or is he going to say, stock market crash? Yeah, that's okay. We can go lower. That's going to really matter because tomorrow at 1:15 Eastern, make sure you mark your calendar, Jerome Powell's going to talk. And there's Canadian data coming out tomorrow. CPI is going to go back to 0.7, but the core is at 2.1. And core, I'm not sure what the estimate is, but 0.1 last time. What are they going to talk about, these two bank studs, right? Jerome Powell and Tiff McClam. Well, they're going to be discussing the Canadian economy in Washington, D.C. He's going to be moderating a panel with Tiff. And what did this guy say last time? We're seeing what we need to. We just didn't need to see it for longer. Tiff McClam explains Bank of Canada's thinking as it moves towards a pivot, which is supposed to happen in June. And Biden, who's also in the headlines here today, told us that, hey, this might delay us by a month. So if the Bank of Canada cuts interest rates in June, well, that would leave the door open for Jerome in July, right? Yeah, let's have a nice little summer rally. Let's shake off these bear market blues and let's go up. So that's what I'm expecting for tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow's video, and I'll tell you all about that. One more hint, again, if you want to subscribe to the channel, I will update you and tell you everything that matters. If not, maybe you want to smash that thumbs up as a thank you. Thank you so much ahead of time. This is also a moving, a live topic, which means that I don't know what's going to happen. We saw some measles in the sky, and it looked like it was time to buy. But then, as I mentioned at the beginning, well, the gap up was just for selling. We went to a new low of the month, lower low. That's not good. So this could all change tomorrow, right? Things are escalating. There's stuff happening in the South China Sea. We look at this headline from today, and I had this prepared ahead of time. I had to re-record, so sorry for being a little bit late. Iran official statement. Our attack is over, and we do not wish to continue it, but we will respond forcefully if they attack our targets. Okay, that was how many hours ago? That was this morning. That was, I think it was like 5 hours ago. All right, 5 hours ago. What did we hear a couple hours ago? 4 hours ago. Breaking. Israel, right, is ready for an attack. Okay, cool. So what happened? Well, stonks were going down. They're moving all around. This right here at the top kind of scares me too, right? I don't want to read that. Maybe you do. Looking down here, well, we hear Anthony Blinken, right? They're saying they're committed to their defense, blah, 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 blah. This all means that we're getting more evidence here. It doesn't matter why we're going down. We talked about putting your feelings aside and focusing on the tape. So if we look here to what we said, likely to be lots of noise, earnings, geopolitical tension. Let's focus on levels. That's exactly what we're going to do. But there's going to be noise. There's going to be noise from hold my beer, thumbs up, or I don't know, stock market crash is fine. So if all this stuff confuses you, all you need to know is that for the stock market to crash, we have to close out the monthly candle. We can't ignore the evidence we're getting right now. Starting to stack up. We also told you back in December that, hey, when we're in extreme greed, we want to manage risk, not be little wusses and sell everything. We want to set stops, raise stops, and trim. If we did that, hey, great. We probably got cash. We've been raising cash and we're ready to buy. Yeah, we're back into fear, right? Yeah, this is bad, but fear is back. And that's when we get discounts. What's so funny is that if we look at the daily performance, okay, Tesla looks like it's a piece of junk, right? Down 5%. Yeah, they're cutting FSD pricing, going to lay off 30,000 employees. It's not a good look for earnings coming up. All right, well, if we zoom out, the stock looks like it's giving even bigger discounts. And this is where people get scared. They run out of the store when the discounts get too big. This is so interesting to me. So if it confuses you and you want to stay up to date, just make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will update you on everything that is relevant. But here's one more piece of evidence to make sure we're mindful of where we could go from now until the end of the month. We've been getting alerts so far this year. If we look, we got January 5th. Let's just look at all of them here, actually. This is from our system, thealgo.com. If you want to find out more, you can go to our website. I'm showing you the best notes right now because I feel like I need to do this. So back in January, this is basically giving us a confirmation with an algorithmic trading system that looks for reversals. That's all we look for. We look for things that are going down, that are going to stop going down. So this has been going down for a long time. We're getting that hook, right? Or the curl. I talk about that frequently. The curl where we're starting to stop going down. So it's giving us clues here. And if we look notably higher up to a higher time frame, for this month, right now, this is flashing, right? We got an invest alert or a monthly alert for dog for a window of opportunity of 1 year. Here's where it gets even more interesting. We did have those same alerts here for the swing, but they failed. So we had some failed alerts here. Look at all the times the market tried to reverse, but it kept failing. SH, dog, right? RWM, all these fails. Well, now getting some traction. So this is no good, right? There is failed momentum, which I'm like, hey, I've been warning for a while. I've been warning for like, I don't know, at least a few months. But I said we need to wait for that candle to break. Well, now the Dow Jones for up to a 1 year or the monthly chart is currently flashing. The flashing means that it's currently qualifying. If we have a look here, I'll come back to the chart in a second. But what's so interesting now is that all those fails, while the SH is also due for an invest alert up to a year. Here's where I want you to pay attention because you watched all the way till the end. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. So if we go here to the monthly chart, we look at SH. There's an issue with our backlog right now, but I'll tell you what happened the last time we got this alert. And it's just due for right now. Let's actually go to dog first because it's a little bit easier to see this happening here. So what our system looks for is us we're going down, we stopped trying to go down. Well, it tried to stop going down there, went down further. This is the stock market crash right here, by the way. This is the crash. This is a monthly chart. We were going down, stopped going down, went back up, right? We've been trying that for a number of times now. This time it looks like it's a pretty big reversal. There's a strong hook there. It's not yet confirmed though. So when will the stock market crash? We'll likely have evidence at the end of the month. Right now, we're getting tons of warnings, getting early confirmation. I would say that both SH and DIA are going to tell us at the end of the month if we get it. And then next month, we're probably going to get a follow through, which means we got to wait like until all the stuff in the Middle East is done. Earnings are done, which means we got to get through all the noise. I talked about that before, right? The Fed, inflation, geopolitics, earnings. Who cares about all that crap? Let's just wait till end of the month. I'll also tell you this. We started getting that oversold condition all the way over here. It lasted for almost a year before we finally got the stock market crash. So it could be different this time. It could be the same. All I know is that right now, I'm not just getting warnings. I'm starting to get some confirmation. Stocks have started to stop to go down. If we look here for, there's no swing alerts due, but we had these ones, right? These are due for, I already showed you before. So they're due for weekly alerts. Now we're getting monthly alerts. This sell-off starts to look more real because if we went all the way into extreme greed, wow, we can probably go all the way back down into extreme fear too. I've showed that multiple times by going here, right? Extreme greed, extreme fear, extreme greed. Oh my God, we can't go back into extreme fear. Yeah, we did it the last 3-4 times. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have a weekend deep dive queued up here if you want to see more where I laid out all my notes. If not, subscribe on the right and come hang out with me at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you so much.